because of my sister. Sebab adik I Pekak kan. Sebab nak komunikasi tak ada pun, nak fikir nak cari juru bahasa, nak cari cikgu untuk orang Pekak tak ada. Because my sister is deaf. There's to form a bridge so that I can communicate with her.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat datang ke episod keempat Play by Ear. My name is Q Haifa and this is Miss Tan Libby.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
Hey, Joe. Miss Tan Libby, before that, how do I sign welcome to the fourth episode?
Welcome to episode 4.
Okay, welcome to episode 4.
Yes.
Okay, I hope I got that right. Okay, so in case you guys tak kenal Miss Tan Libby, where have you been? Kata di bawah tempurung kerja. But Miss Tan Libby is very well known for her duties on national television as she is the sign language interpreter. Correct?
Yeah.
Is that the official position?
Yes, sign language interpreter, yes.
Kalau dalam bahasa Melayu dipanggil apa?
Jurubahasa isyarat.
Jurubahasa isyarat.
Kalau nak tambah pun boleh Jurubahasa Isyarat Malaysia, JBIM.
Oh, okay. So that's like the official title.
It's actually official by how we were called by the deaf.
Oh.
Orang Pekak OP. Orang Pekak is OP.
OP.
Orang Pekak panggil Pekak saja. Dia tak suka you panggil cacat pendengaran lah, kurang pendengaran lah.
Yeah.
Orang kata, orang biasa kata, tak baiklah kalau dia panggil dia orang cacat pendengaran. Pekak tak suka. Tapi orang Pekak kata, saya dah Pekak, saya pun tak dengar. You panggil Pekak pun tak apa. Apa nak gunakan perkataan special kan.
I see.
Kata, orang Pekak OP.
Actually, funny you mentioned that because memang that is one of the first few questions that I have in mind to ask you. Sebab there's, especially now we live in a politically correct world. Kita tak nak menyakitkan hati ataupun tersinggung perasaan.
Orang Pekak kata tak apa. You nak cakap cacat pendengaran pun kita tak dengar. You kata orang Pekak kita pun tak dengar. Tapi Pekak memang Pekak lah kan. Orang Pekak.
Okay. Alright.
Atau kalau kita nak panggil short, in short is OP lah.
OP.
Orang Pekak.
I see. Okay, so it's not offensive.
No. To them is nothing. As long as you don't say deaf and dumb. Because when you're deaf, obviously you're dumb. You can't talk. You see, so you don't call Pekak bisu. Tak payah Pekak saja.
Okay.
Dia tak nak Pekak tambah dengan bisu, tambah dengan satu perkataan lagi bisu. Tak payah sebab dia orang nak sedap kan. Pekak bisu, deaf and dumb. Actually dia tak suka deaf and dumb. Just deaf, Pekak is good enough.
Alright. Okay, before we get down to business, before we go into your very interesting journey, as we've introduced before, kita ada satu segmen sebelum kita mengupas lebih lanjut cerita, kita akan connect. I mean, last episode we had biscuit, so this time around I have jelly belly.
Okay, tapi ada kacang kat sini. I dah mula makan dah sebelum start.
That's okay. This time kita cuba jelly belly
Okay, boleh.
Alright.
Tak ada masalah.
But just a fair warning, dia kata sour.
Tak kisah.
You don't mind, yeah? Are you the kind yang memang tak makan?
Jarang makan gula. Tapi bila I makan, satu bungkus I pun boleh habis.
Oh.
It's scary, I tell you when I makan. That's why I kata kalau I makan kacang tu kan sekilo I boleh habis.
Wow.
I kata sekejap nanti I pukul berapa I berhenti. Tak berhenti. Sampai dia habis baru I berhenti.
Okay. So,
macam gula jugalah kan.
Okay, tak apa. This time I help you control. I will give you one. Here you go. We're going to try this. So how does it look? It looks like macam kidney beans.
Yeah, bean, kidney bean, yes.
So, okay. What do you think of it?
Belum lagi, kena slow sikit.
Belum lagi.
Dia manis dulu.
So we both got sour grape. Dia ada different flavors dalam ni. There's sour lemon, sour apple, sour strawberry, sour orange, and sour
Dia
grape.
mula dengan manis. Lepas tu dia slow dia jadi masam sikit-sikit.
I thought it was going to be lagi masam. I thought it was going to be masam macam,
Dia start with manis, lepas tu dia masam sikit.
Okay, we'll be right back to clean our teeth for a moment. And I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back. Hi, everyone. How do we say hi? We just say hi like this.
Hi is actually this way. H-I. Hi. Tapi you can sign like this. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
That's so adorable. Okay, Miss Tan Libby, first question. Macam mana boleh?
terlibat.
Yes.
Alamak, kalau nak cakap pasal ni cerita dia panjang. I mulakan because I masuk dah, I started because of my sister. Sebab adik I Pekak kan. So sebab nak komunikasi tak ada pun, nak fikir nak cari juru bahasa, nak cari cikgu untuk orang Pekak, tak ada. Because my sister is deaf. There's to form a bridge so that I can communicate with her. Because
How old were you when
at
you?
that time when I was we actually love my younger sister very much. We all love her very much. And then because she has been as young is okay lah. You mind suggest as she grow older, she create a lot of problems, you know. And as you grow older, your demand is higher, right? So you need to communicate to her, and then you say this is not right, that is not right. See, tapi because we cannot communicate, and every time when she get angry, she hide in the room. So she'll hide for one day, you know. Sometimes I wonder, you know, the other day only I asked her, why do you hide one day in the room? She said, I also do not. Apa yang makan, you know, satu hari kat bilik.
Wow.
So in order to stop, to be able to ask her why, to communicate with her, to tell her this is not right. So I need to learn sign language. Because I cannot sign. I cannot sign. I cannot just sign the sign that is all those signs that like makan, mandi, tidur. Using a little bit of expression here is not sufficient to communicate with her. So I decided to. My sister saw an advertisement in the paper. He say there's a school for the deaf. So my eldest sister, my late sister, sent her there. At that time she was a teacher and she was studying in a university in Malaya. She sent her to the school. And biasalah dia lari daripada sekolah, tak nak pergi sekolah, balik-balik saja sembunyi, tak nak balik KL.
Sekolah ni kat mana?
Bukit Nanas Convent dulu kan, sekolah Pekak untuk Selangor School for the Deaf.
I see.
So and then eventually then I tell my younger sister, elder than her, that is the younger than me lah. So I say, what do you think if I go and, you know, I go and learn sign language in the school with her? Because it will not solve the problem.
Was it like boarding school?
It's not a boarding school. She's staying with someone. She's staying with a teacher. And
I
she
see.
doesn't like it. You sure lah kan? So then my sister said, go ahead, whatever you want to do. So that's what I actually come down to after my SPM. I datang kat KL, I pergi sekolah dengan dia, I sewa rumah, sewa bilik dengan dia. That she was happy lah. So that's how I follow her to school every day, and then I learn from I masuk class, I observe the teacher teaching, then I'm learning. And so my sister is happy to teach me. She's my teacher. So every day I come back from school, then now you are my teacher. So we say good morning, good morning. She start teaching me sign language. Eventually I mix with a lot of deaf people, many deaf people. That's how I learn sign language.
I see.
I don't have certificates. Ramai orang tanya, you belajar kat mana? Tak pernah belajar. Tak pernah belajar? And you're so good. I say I belajar from my sister and also from all the deaf. That's all. Wow. That's how I pick up. I don't have certificates. You don't have to, as long as you mix with the deaf.
I see. So basically, after school, you went back to school also.
I went back to school to observe. But eventually, because the school is running short of teacher, the headmaster came and see me. My result came up, and I said I'm going to continue my study. And then my headmaster said, Tambing, why don't you work here? We are running, tak cukup cikgu kat sini kan. Okay kan cakap bahasa Melayu campur English?
Boleh.
So then that's how I started my career as a teacher. I started as a teacher. And it was not too long. And every time I've been asked, my guru would say, Libby, interpret. So I start interpreting. So in between, when somebody else is interpreting, I always observe. I say, then what I did is I always observe the person interpreting and also the deaf. And I noticed the deaf don't understand.
Why? They
are using words, sign exact English. In Bahasa Malaysia, KTBN. Kod tangan Bahasa Melayu. Bahasa Malaysia. So they say every word, I noticed that the teacher who are deaf couldn't understand very well, So then when I started to interpret, I used the deaf language.
I see. So there's a difference between signing word for word and
word is actually we use in school.
Okay.
Because you have to link language, right? So like saya pergi ke sekolah, every words.
Okay.
But if it's a deaf language, sekolah, go. That's all.
I see.
I don't have to sign saya because it's already me. I'm talking about myself. Many style of signing here. Sekolah pergi sekolah. Is
as long as the
message is across.
I see.
But when it's too long, so the deaf find it very hard. Every word find it very hard to understand.
It's like trying to decipher
think like a
the
normal person.
karangan, is it?
It's not easy for them. So they are used to the idea. What do you want to tell me? Just tell me the idea. The gist. That's the most important thing.
I see. So from a teacher, then how did you suddenly rose to?
No, I was a teacher and come interpreter. And every time our late headmaster, principal of the school, he used to organize, workshop for the deaf. All over whole Malaysia will come and join the workshop. I would be interpreting, So we have so many interpreter lining up, changing. So and then that's how I use. And then every time when there's when I'm needed, like in KL, So if the deaf, those days they don't actually call interpreter.
What are you called?
They don't call interpreter when they have a program. You see. Those days they have not many program. Unlike those,
I see.
unlike today, so many TV stations having interpreter, and yet most of the deaf are not watching. Not watching. They are actually not watching. When you ask them, you watch? No, I don't watch. I only watch TV Satu. Because free TV Satu. If you go to Astro, you got to pay. Betul. You go to Bernama also, you need to go into you need to have internet to watch. So like TV Satu, everybody, most of the deaf are watching lah.
And how did you get started on TV?
In fact, I started very early. In 1985, if I'm not mistaken, I was doing the SPM. Those days, Selamat Pagi Malaysia. Selamat Pagi Malaysia only on Saturday, Friday and Sunday. Because Friday is meant for the states like Islamic states.
Okay.
Kelantan, Terengganu, Kedah. And those days is Kedah lah, these three states. And Sunday is meant for the whole of Malaysia, like that, So I would do the Sunday SPM. Only for about 5 minutes, berita ringkas, only that's all. I just come in for the berita ringkas and then they will read. I will just stand behind the sofa. I just interpret for 5 minutes, that's all. And I go off.
Has it always been like that?
It was actually, that was the beginning of sign language interpreting in TV. That was a trial period, you see, before they put on air. I did until 85 to 88, I went to America.
Okay.
So when I left for America, I somehow or other, the program stopped. So when I came back, and then in 1995, late 1994, they called me, somewhere in December. So I said, okay. Then I came in and I did the news lah. That started in early January in 1995. I started as an interpreter in RTM. If you want to count, Berita Perdana is actually from 1995 until now. How many years you count?
I mean, older than me.
Yeah, older than you, right?
Older than me.
1995. About 28 years.
Wow.
I think.
That's
28, about 30 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you're still going strong, and you still find
I am.
You still find passion just getting up every day to.
You believe or not? The other day I met our minister, our Fahmi, our YB Fahmi. I was doing a Grab program. So when he saw me, I kind of like him because every time when I'm sitting there interpreting, I'm working. He will come in front of me.
Aww.
I said, yeah. So the other day I met him there, and he's supposed to launch a program for Grab that is hashtag Cedok Live. Very nice program.
Okay.
He is the first pra-tonton.
Okay.
Preview lah. So what happened was he actually came and I saw him there. So he said, I'm going to increase your allowance. I say, YB, why? Why? He say, you don't want extra money? I say, I only know how to work interpreting here and there, but I think I don't need allowance. Then he says, yeah, I can see that you really enjoy interpreting. I can feel that you really you have the passion for it. And then he said that. I said, oh yeah, thank you, but anyway, it's okay. If you want to see me anytime, just call Hanim. Oh, it's so nice, but I don't have any reason to see him. So nice of him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people come, and then every time when there's a program in RTM where they have minister those days, I mean, not those days, after the COVID-19, they have minister coming to interview, I would say every day we have a program with the minister. So every time when I'm interpreting, we have a few interpreter, right? So every time when I'm interpreting I interpreted for the minister. So they will say, can I have a photograph with you?
Yeah.
Most of the minister, can I have a photograph with you? I say,
you are a star, Miss Tan Libby. You are a star in your own right.
And then they say, hey, they only look for Libby. The other interpreter, dia tak minta pun tak tahu kat Aiyo.
Well, I mean, the fact that you mentioned passion.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing what I
Is
do.
this like, because, okay, at 25, what were you doing?
At the age of 25,
Yes.
I was already a teacher.
Okay.
Interpreter, yes. And that was the time that I actually, not only interpreter, I teach sign language in the church.
Oh.
No, I'm actually asked to go to the bank, go to JKM, go to any places that organize, my principal organize sign language for the public. I will be there to teach. So my teaching is very weird from other people because I don't talk. The first 2 lessons is I talk.
Okay.
When I teach you ABC, yes, I talk, I'll be telling stories and then after that, first 2 lessons, no class, no, I will be using my voice. I say, you'll be listening to my voice for 2 days. And after the 2 days, the whole class is going to be silence. So I'm actually using a lot of acting. I don't have to tell you what word I'm teaching. I'm acting the whole word out. And they will say, oh yes, they learn the sign. So the whole 1 hour is actually a silent class.
I see.
It was started those days. But now the deaf, actually at the moment, the deaf doesn't allow us to teach. It's our language. The normal people is not allowed to teach sign language. So I say, you want to talk about teaching in silent? I started many years back. So and then the most important thing is, most interesting part is towards the end, my class is, there will be it will be included in the mark in the point where you have to sing a song.
Okay.
You sing a sign language. So you can sing a Tamil song or whatever song you want, but you have to use sign language.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Do you mind singing a little bit for us today?
What song you There are many songs. That's why I say when you sing, you want to do this, we call it as artistic interpreting.
Okay.
You don't sign every word, so you get the idea out and then you with your expression. There are people who are signing song, they are signing every word.
Yeah, you remind me of I think it was Rihanna or somebody that they had an interpreter by the side signing throughout the concert.
But they're signing by the whole words. I think no point doing it lah. They won't get it.
Okay.
So normally what we do is we get the meaning. That's why you can tell me any Mandarin. I do not know Mandarin, but if you can tell me, they will sing Mandarin song. Some of the students say, I want to sing Mandarin song. I like Mandarin song, so nice. The music is nice, beautiful, but I do not know the meaning. You tell me the meaning. I will tell you how to sign. So they can come to me, how you sign this, how you sign that. Okay, the whole sentence, how you sign, I only sign one sign. The rest you move your body. So, one side, the meaning is there. So you move your body lah. So it's very interesting. For the deaf also, they enjoy it. But if you're going to sing a song with every word, the KLL Broadcast Studio. So you sign every word, they also don't understand very well. When they start moving, you start moving your body and you get the meaning out. The meaning is like that.
Okay, what's the famous song or what is the one song that you always like
I
to
always like
sing?
Angin, very long, by Ideal.
Alamak.
It was a beautiful song that somebody gave me. It was a doctor.
Okay.
I was teaching UKM, University. UKM University at HUKM, right? And I was teaching all the doctor to be lah. They were all students there, and then they gave me a tape,
Okay.
And then among one of the song is this song.
Okay.
And I like it, and I sing, and then because inside there are so many songs, so they say, I want to sing this song, I want to sing that song. Okay, I said, no problem. At the end of the day, they say, I know you love the whole tape, you take it. But those days we have tape, right?
Oh.
Now we don't have. Now you can have.
Those days,
yeah. So they gave me, and inside the tape, there's one song,
Okay.
Angin. Very nice. A few signs only, but your body language has to be there lah. It's very nice.
Can we have a glimpse of Angin today?
Angin actually,
do you need music?
With the music is much better. You can move the body. Normally when I'm singing, I move a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can.
Let me see.
Angin.
I know a few words, still remember, but I don't know how's the lyric.
Okay, no worries.
Very nice actually. I used to do a lot of artistic interpreting. Those are the young days lah. But nowadays I feel that I'm too old. I don't normally do it.
Really?
And time life is so busy now. Nak pergi nyanyi lagu mana ada masa lagi. And then you have to, not that when you want to sing a song, you have to know the lyrics very well. And then you get the meaning. You know the song, you enjoy the song, you get the meaning, or you can do it beautifully. And you don't just sit there, just like sign like that. You expect the deaf to understand. Forget it.
Tak apa, I'm going to try and find it if I can, and then we will play it a little later. For now, I just want to ask you, after you've gone through school with your sister and everything, how's the relationship been before and after?
It was better, of course, it's better. But of course, these deaf people, deaf, they got a deaf culture.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter whether they're Malaysian, they're black, they're white, they're Chinese, they're Indian, they have the same culture.
And what culture is that?
All over the world. Their culture is, if I say it's weird, they might not like it.
Okay.
It's a bit weird. Because being deaf, actually, among themselves, they're all right. Being deaf, they presume a lot of things.
Okay.
When you look at me, you stare at me, they say, "Ayo, the person don't like me."
Oh, they already have that.
They had that. When you are talking, you look at me, and then you're talking, you look at me. They say, "Oh, yeah, he's gossiping about me. What have I done wrong?"
Oh.
They will assume a lot of things that we are not doing it.
A lot of negative things.
A lot of negative things, So they won't think of positive things, you see. That's it. Sometimes, on and off, you have some problem with her. Of course, you can. And she will target me. I know why she will target me. Because I can sign.
Yeah. Easy target, ma.
I'm the first person to target so that I don't communicate with her. So when I communicate, she understands, right? So when you talk to her, if she's angry, she closes her eyes. So you cannot say anything. They cannot hear, so they close their eyes. So you sign also no point. They can't see you.
They don't want to talk to you.
I gave up. So leave her alone for a while and you come back to her.
I see. Oh. And
they are among themselves, they are very close. Even though you are my sister, you are hearing people, I'm deaf, and my friends are all deaf. I'm closer with my deaf friend.
Is this also something?
So they can communicate among themselves, so they are closer. So with you, I can't communicate with you. So even though you're my sister or you're my mother, you won't be so close. You will not be as close as I am with my mother. Because I can communicate, I can talk, I can laugh together. But with you, I can't.
Is this something you saw when you were a teacher as well?
Yes. Like I always tell the interpreter or those who are working with the deaf, I say, if you want to help the deaf, it doesn't matter whether they're deaf or other handicaps, help, and that's it. Don't ask them to, don't ask for ask for gratitude that, oh, I have helped you. You have helped me. They want to talk good about you. No, they will not talk good about you. No matter how much you help them, then after that, that's it. That is who they are,
Okay.
So you have to accept it. But whatever it is, whatever you want to help anybody, don't ask for return.
Agree.
That's why I never ask for any return. My sister want to get angry with me, leave her alone. That's what the rest of my sisters say. I know you have a soft spot for her. After that, you come back to her. Leave her alone. Forget about her. I say she's there. That is your culture.
I see.
So I say you may not be able to understand, but I understand well enough. So I leave her alone. Okay. After that, I'll come back to her.
It's just about being able to understand.
I've done so much for her. I gave part of my house to her. About my sister, I was there for her. When she was pregnant, she had 3 children also. I pay for her. I make sure the children go to the right school. I have to plan for her because her husband is also deaf. So we as a sister, I and the rest of the sister, we have to plan for her. After the moment she left, I went and discharged her from the hospital. I sent her back to Johor. I told her, you have no choice. You are going to stay with your husband. The child will not learn anything.
I see.
So you need to go back, and then our mother is there. They will help you. Some of my sisters are still in Johor. So they will teach your child how to talk. So the first son learned how to talk at the age of 4. That really worries me. So I got to get a good tutor for her. I got to, do a lot for him, So I sent her back. I sent them back to Johor, her 3 sons, all back to Johor until they were 4 years old. They are able to talk. They can speak Mandarin very well. Then my sister said, it's time for her to come back. I said, you come back. And then they go to the kindergarten. Then okay lah.
I see.
So the children are very intelligent. Except the elder son, he learned how to talk at the age of 4. So he's a bit slow. But now as time catch up, he's as good as normal person.
I see.
That's why sometimes I say, sometimes I feel so sorry. They are in the handicapped family, When I say a deaf couple should have a deaf child, you'll say, you're so wicked lah, you jahat betul lah, you believe it. I say no, when we are normal, a child is deaf, is a handicapped family, betul tak? We cannot communicate, we have to go and learn sign language to be able to communicate with the child. So kalau pekak kan, suami isteri dia pekak, anak dia normal, it's also a handicapped family because the child cannot, it's actually we are feeling sorry for the child. Parents sign. So the child is learning how to sign. So, but you have to understand this child is a normal child. He has to go through a normal life.
Right.
So you got to send him to a good kindergarten,
Mm-hmm.
or when they are very young, send them to a prasekolah. I have met a girl, when I go to court, her parents was in court, I say, your English is so good. He said, my mother told me when I was young, I was born 2 months or 3 months, I was sent to a nursery.
Oh.
She cannot speak Chinese, but her English is damn good and she can sign very well. Because the parents, even though they can't, she was staying with the parents who are deaf. So the parents take the initiative to send her to a child care when she was very young. So the parents are working. So at night they come back. So they are spending a lot of times there. So that's where her English, she speaks very English like orang putih. Very good. But I have a friend who's deaf, who don't have a child.
Okay.
They wanted a child, at the end they got a child, a boy. So now the child is already 5 years old. Every time she would say, my child can talk, So when I talk to him, he cannot answer. He can't even answer to me. Then I told my friend, both couple are deaf. So your son cannot talk. He said, no, he can talk. Maybe he feels shy. But when I try talking to him, he cannot answer me. I said, what's your name? Also, he cannot answer me. At the age 5,
It's because he's not being exposed to...
He was sent to the kindergarten very late. They were staying with the parents, deaf lah. So they was sent him, I think, at the age of 3.
Okay.
So now the child is already 5 years old, can't even talk. I keep telling him, your son cannot talk. I cannot understand. He said, no, the teacher told me he can talk. So I don't know what is going to happen. I've also interpreted for one deaf couple. The child went to the school. The teacher complained, sent him back. He said, I don't know, and I don't understand your son. So and then she brought the child to the hospital, and then I was video conferencing, like talking to the doctor and all. He's only about 3 years old. He can say, this is water. This is a water. I drink water. Don't know how to say water. Water. Laptop or something like that. He can name lah, but he cannot form a sentence.
I see.
So poor, so pitiful, right?
Is this because
the parents are deaf, they will not send. Their parents are deaf, but he can sign. The parents are deaf, they will not send to a normal. If the grandfather or grandmother were there to teach them, then it's okay. But the grandfather, they would stay. He was staying with the parents, who are deaf. So this is
one of the challenges that they face.
Sometimes you feel so sorry for them. You just. How to help?
Yeah.
And they can't hear. They presume the child when they're talking, the child is talking, but the child is not talking, making bubbling, making sound. These are the things that I meet lah, So sometimes I have just got to close my eyes. I don't know anything.
Oh my gosh.
How to help?
Okay. So besides this particular issue, right? What other issues are
an issue that the deaf are facing?
That we could, that could actually be
But I think
tackled.
this problem, this issue, if JKM can actually take up, those parents who are deaf, who had a child who are normal, can send to a kindergarten when they are young or something like that. If they can help, but I think this is too much. I think we can't. But if somebody out there who's willing to help, because being their child, parents who are deaf, they are very protective of the child. They won't send the child to the kindergarten or to the nursery so young. And also you have to understand their financial status, whether they are able to pay so much or not. It's not cheap.
Yep.
So if JKM can come in and help, I think this issue has not been brought up.
Okay.
And I also noticed that most of the parents who are deaf, they send the children away to the uncle and stay with the uncle, But not all the deaf are willing to send the children to the normal parents, Like my sister, when my mother take care of the child, she doesn't like it, She always feel that my mother is trying to take away the son.
Oh no! No!
Because the child is hearing. So when my sister is talking to them, teaching them, my elder sister is great. She is staying in a kampong. Of course, when she teach a child, she'll bring a worm and put it there. You look at the worm. And then she'll see the worm, then the child, my nephew will be playing with the worm, and then she'll get a spider and you play with the spider. My sister, I tell you, she's so cute. So of course, the children like her so much because my sister will, teach,
very interactive.
Yeah. So my deaf sister say, oh yeah, she's going to take my son away. So they will start fighting at home. So my mother will call, Libby, can you come back? Why? She's creating problem again. When I come back, she said, I'm sorry, I forgot about everything. I said, why must you do it every time? When you create trouble, I got to come back. I got to rush back. She said, I forgot about the whole thing. I'm sorry. Then after a few months again, she'll create trouble again. Sometimes I feel so sorry for my mother. And then she start creating trouble. threatening things, so
Okay.
sometimes it's not easy to live with it's hard to have a deaf in the family, It is really hard. Because as we say, even though they are Chinese, or they might be a Malay, or they might be Indian, or any other races, but their behavior is the same. Being deaf,
see.
their behavior is the same. That's why we call it as deaf culture.
I see. So it is an actual
They are
thing.
very
deaf
proud of them,
culture.
but you see, when you talk about the negative part of it, they don't like it.
I
They
mean,
are very proud of themselves. This is my culture. This is my culture.
okay.
My friend always said, "Oh."
Interesting. I mean, I never
You
knew
never heard
this.
about this,
No,
right?
no.
People don't talk about it. Only those who are, that's why I always say, anybody outside, you have no right to comment. You cannot say, you're not.
I do feel, like it's not my place to say anything either, right?
But people who have a deaf sister or somebody who is deaf in the family, you know how the hassle we have gone through, the problem they have faced with her, and then to them, sorry, it's just finished already. Sorry, finish. Then we expect us to accept the sorry, but we as a hearing people, bukan selalu nak sorry, satu kali sorry tak apa, besok pun sorry, lusa pun sorry, So it's not always we can accept it, right?
How do you think, like, moving forward, we can slowly transition or like create a better culture for the deaf and also for the hearing people around them? Is there a way that you see we can improve the
I
situation?
mean, of course, those grown up, they have no problems. But since you are to go into their culture, to be accepted by the deaf is not easy unless you really know their language. You are really good in their language, you understand them, then okay. But if you are not good, they will just say, sign with you, and after that, forget about it. They will not put you in they will not let you into their
You're not
their
like
community.
accepted lah.
You will not be accepted in the community unless you're really good. And to the extent they will say, are you deaf? They are surprised because you can sign so well. There are many times that I go with the deaf when I'm interpreting for them, they sign. I said, no, I'm hearing. You sign sim pekak. You sign sim pekak, no. You see, normally when I talk like the deaf, I will not be able to, when I'm talking, I would not be able to talk a proper English or proper bahasa.
Okay.
That's why when I go to court, I will tell the judge, sorry Tuan, I am talking because I want you to understand. But my language will be a little bit upside down because I'm following their language.
Oh, okay.
So I might say, why you say one, now you 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I was like that,
Okay.
Why you keep changing, One moment you say 1%, second moment 2%. Now why? I don't know why. You see, I always do that. I always do that so that the judge could actually understand my signing. But by when I'm interpreting in court, it's very clear. Even if I don't say anything because I'm acting the whole thing out.
Wait, but Miss Tan Libby, when did you start interpreting in court?
Very long ago, 1995. I think the same year that I did. I was interviewing. At that time, the court was in Jalan Raja. Oh, our story is from what? From starting from my sister, and then from the deaf culture, and then now I'm going into court.
Yep. We go everywhere here.
Everywhere. Yes, I started in 1995. I think 1994 to be precise. Yes.
Wow.
1994, and then there was a civil case. I was called to interpret the civil case.
Was that like
civil case?
Is it because they know you, so they called you, or
already I do not know how they get my number. At that time we had handphone, but lousy handphone, small one at those days. So and then they got my number, so I was interpreting. And then after that, I was called for an interview in Jalan Raja. The Jalan Raja was the federal court there. Remember, in Jalan Raja opposite the Selangor Club.
Okay.
I went there for an interview, and it was Tengku something. I cannot remember. He interviewed me. He said, okay, I'll put your name in the list as an interpreter. So after that, at that time was not many cases. Maybe 1 month sekali ke 2 kali. Now 1 month I got 10, 11.
Wow.
Sometimes to the 11, sometimes one day I got 2 cases, Like you see, you can imagine I was in Terengganu on Monday and Tuesday. After my Sunday news, I rushed home to bring my dog, feed my dog. Then I got to send my dog to the nanny house. My dog got nanny, surprisingly. I sent my dog to the nanny's house. Then I tell my dog I'm going to work. I need to work because...
Oh, that's adorable.
It's so cute now about dogs. I told them, I said, you have to stay with nanny because why? I got to stay with Ipo, no? Because mommy got to work. Otherwise got no money. Your food is not cheap, Then and then they will look at me. Every time.
Wait, what breed are they?
They are actually I pick up.
Oh.
It's not expensive. They are one or two terrier. They are very active like me lah. Terrier dogs are very active. It's just like me lah, very active. Because it's not. I don't keep them. I don't feed them from small.
Okay.
I pick it up.
Okay.
I pick it up. My eldest one is from Kajang, and then I kept him for a few years. My sister kept for 1 year. After that, another one of my dog my sister gave me also pick up dog died after 1 year.
Oh, so sorry.
So I cried. My sister said, my husband and I decided to give you a bimbi. I said, no more. I don't want any dogs. I travel a lot. Say, never mind. When you travel, you send the doctor off your place. I said, okay, like otherwise my dog keep attacking him, poor thing.
Wow.
Then I said, okay lah, I think. So it's so hard to know about dog, to understand the dog, because they have their own master. So now they get another master. They are also scared that we don't want them. So they are not very friendly with you. It took me 1 year to be nice to him, and then he's nice. Otherwise, you keep biting me,
Miss Tanibi, communication is so your thing. It's so your thing.
And I can communicate with my dog. I can, and they can complain. My nanny told me, I went there to beat your dog. He complained to you. He looked at me, whoa, 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 whoa. He looked at me. I say, you hit him. He said, no, I scold him. I said, Bimbing, Ipo scold you only. And he kept quiet. He can communicate with me, actually. Even my nanny was scared. He said, he can complain. I tell you.
You really have that special talent.
I know.
It's gifted.
Yeah, but all the dogs are pick up. Those I pick up very small. They are from the stray dogs. I gave all away. Sometimes the last one, nobody wants it. I think it's meant for me. So I keep them. They are very nice. No matter how you scold them, they won't bite you. When you keep, now I notice that those like Bimbing, because it's somebody's dog. So they will bite you because they are also scared that they find a new master, but he's not sure whether the master will abandon me or not.
Right.
So sometimes when I scold him, he will fight with me. But now he won't dare to fight. He knows I love him. You got to tell them I love you all the time. Oh, my dogs, everybody. And then you hug one dog, the second dog will come and hug. Oh, I love you. And I'm like, I love you. Every dog must hug and say, I love you.
Aww.
You just call one dog, Abimika, mommy love you. And the rest will get up, and then line up,
Wow.
I tell you, they sleep on my bed. I got one, underneath is my I will pick it. The sheet, I will pick it up. So one day, everybody sleep on my bed, so I got no place to sleep. So I talk to baby, baby, you see, Kenny is sleeping there, Pute is there, Agaga is there. So you are sleeping here. So mommy got no place to sleep. So to sleep. He look at me and then he look around. So I know I got no place to sleep lah. How to sleep? Then he look at me. He jumped down.
Aww.
So nice. They can understand you. Actually, just pay attention to them and give them love.
That's adorable.
I never hit my dog. I never, even I would scold them just like scolding the human being only. You naughty. So you just got to communicate with them actually.
I see. So it's really about communication.
It's all about communication. I think this is where I'm talented.
Yeah.
According to my chart, somebody told me, now we're talking about fortune telling. Feng Shui. My chart is actually, my mentor is Qi. Very bad.
Okay.
Very bad. Mentor is Qi. That means it's a tombstone.
Okay.
Tombstone.
Right.
So, and then I can only deal with the handicapped people.
Okay.
I cannot deal with normal people. You send any deaf or any handicapped people to me, I can handle very well. I'm teaching, I have no problem. I can invent my own method. I cried. I tell you, when I started as a teacher in school, and the children can sign so well, beautifully. I say, what's the meaning? The KL broadcast studio. You tell me the meaning, then you explain to me what it's all about. I don't want you to sign. Even if you can't sign, it's okay. But you read and then you tell me the meaning. No. Then I say, yes, they can sign, but they do not understand. So that's how I started. I actually, every word, like the KL, I say, KL is what? I put a circle. What? KL is here. Broadcast is a radio or something like that. Like something like a sentence, I will actually, a word importance go around. That's why my books are always dirty. And I think those days where got projector, the school cannot afford it. And I write, using mahjong paper, I write the whole books out, So I paste it, I teach them big.
You're so
I teach them,
dedicated.
and then I wrote a circle, explain. Initially, it's very hard for them because they are not used to the method I'm using.
Usually, how old are your students then?
I even started with standard 1, standard 2, and then I noticed that their level is not up to the level of standard 2. So I start all over again. I say, never mind, I will use the same book, but I will explain every words. So I explain, and then to the extent that they are so smart, if the words, they can draw a picture there, cartoon there. Wow, you're so impressed, The whole book they can draw cartoon, that means they understand what it's all about. They can do the whole cartoon there. And the book that I'm using, I will circle everywhere, is very dirty, but I know I'm doing my job.
Right, yeah.
I will not jump. I will follow until the end of the book. I will follow. I will not say, some of the teachers say this, no, go on, and teach, and this one, do one. No, I will follow everything, every syllabus, every page I will teach. Everything will be written, imagine if I'm teaching history, I write a whole bab satu about sejarah.
Wow.
And then if I'm teaching bahasa, I will have to write down the whole book, You can imagine how much of mahjong paper I use.
The paper seller must be very happy with you.
So I write, the marker that I use, every day I go back, I write, I'm writing so big. Then when I teach, I use the color chalk, and then I circle. So then I'll take out all the important words out, then I will explain the meaning. So if the word has like 2-3 meanings, one word itself, I will draw one. This is the meaning, like jalan, walk. Menjalankan, another meaning. When you put an M, menjalankan, berjalan is what? And then perjalanan is what? So they have, jalan is not one meaning. But when you read the sentence, there's a lot of meaning different. You got to get the right meaning for the whole sentence here.
It must be really tough for them.
It's very tough for them. That's why I say when you sign, they normally get the easiest meaning.
I see.
But they do not actually relate to the whole sentence. The meaning that, what I'm trying to say is like, perjalanan ke sekincang itu, pemandangan perjalanan pemandangan di dalam perjalanan saya ke Kincang, pemandangan dia sangat cantik. Pemandangan tu pandang, lain, pemandangan tu different meaning,
Yep.
So you have to say pemandangan, pandang, I tengok you. This is pandang. Pemandangan, you say, oh, your cargo, cantik, ada pokok, ada padi. The meaning is different. So perjalanan is from perkataan asal dia jalan. So the meaning here, perjalanan is not jalan, Perjalanan is sini, kat sini is you're on the way going, So you got to get the correct meaning. If the deaf doesn't get the meaning, jalan, I tengok pemandangan, So it's a wrong meaning. So when you say no, perjalanan, that means you can be in a bus, you can be in a car or in a motorbike. So it's,
so you have to be able to convey that.
Yes, perjalanan is like that, okay? And then pemandang. So when you jalan, you tak mau duduk sini lah. Papa tak mau, tak tidur, no. So you tengok, you naik kereta, you duduk, you you cantik. Then you show them cantik, got pokok-pokok. And then if possible now, actually now teaching the deaf is very easy. Those days I got a lot of pictures I got to show. So nowadays I go to the internet, you berjalan, you can see, cantik tak? Dia ada pokok, and then you go padi, cantik kan? You cantik kan? Yeah. So indah, cantik. Betul tak? So indah ada banyak makna, It's not one word. So when you are teaching, you don't explain one word. Like me, I will take out the word.
Oh, then it becomes a whole process, isn't it?
And then it's so long. Sometimes at the beginning, to teach one paragraph, you take it 1 week.
Oh my God.
First thing I have to take out the perkataan. From perkataan jalan tu perjalanan, menjalankan, berjalan, and lagi apa? Berjalan lancar, something different like that. Pandangan, pemandangan. So you take out the word pemandangan. So you say, I take out the word you just pandang. Then when you add pemandangan is different. Pandang, that means you tengok.
Yep.
Pandang. I pandang muka you, I pandang.
Oh my gosh.
No. So now when you add a pen kat situ, lain makna, bukan pandang like that. Pemandangan, the whole thing here you just see. Understand? So then after the process explaining and everything, I will take 10 words out. 10 words. And then 10 words is not actually 10 words, it's more than that, because you go to branch out. So then you go for spelling.
So that's how they
spelling like ejaan. So tomorrow you come back with ejaan. Then after the ejaan, I want everybody to come out and explain to me. So they have to explain. I say, never mind, salah tak apa, never mind, you try. So sometimes they explain a little bit betul kan. I say, okay, but you're good. You don't discourage them. Tell them you can try again. So they are very brave. Towards the end, when they are used to my way of teaching, they already got a lot of words. They learn a lot of words. So what I do is I sign the sentence. And I say, who want to explain? They will come and explain. Wrong, never mind, you try. So they, I say salah sikit saja because I know where they make a mistake there. So you know where is the mistake they make. So you know this word, you know why it's a mistake? Because of this word. Now you know. So cute, you know, when you ask them to explain, some of them they can make it, some of them they can't make it, but never mind, they try.
But Miss Tan Libby, how early should a deaf person learn sign language? As early as possible.
As early as possible. When you are diagnosed, they are diagnosed with the deaf. In overseas, I do not know whether in Malaysia they have it. Overseas, the moment they are diagnosed with deaf, they will check their hearing. They wear hearing aid. So the parents will try to teach them speech.
Okay.
So speech, you know. And as you know, the deaf prefer to sign.
Okay.
They don't like to use speech, and it's hurting, you know. But when you start using hearing aid when you're young, you listen, and you learn how to talk. You listen. When you're grown up, you tak pernah dengar suara kan? Tak pernah dengar kan? Sekarang you go for a cochlear implant or you use a hearing aid. You put the hearing aid here. You hear papa also, you don't know what is papa.
I see,
you have never heard a word.
Right.
If you are using the hearing aid when you're young, you have a residue hearing. You hear papa, then you say papa. You dengar papa. Oh yes, you know papa. When you're grown up, you have never used a hearing aid at the age of 10.
It's like
or maybe
alien
9.
world
So
already.
Papa, mama, sekolah. You hear the word sekolah, but you do not know the meaning. You cannot understand because you tak pernah dengar. So kalau you pernah dengar, kita daripada kecil kan, kita diajar susu. Susu, kita dengar susu, nak susu, mami susu. We know the susu, we hear susu, we know the meaning susu.
Right.
But they have not heard the susu. The word susu, when they grow up, you say susu, they don't know. But you say susu, they know lah.
I see. So it's such a simple thing, but
it
means a lot, right?
Many of the deaf doesn't want to use hearing aid because why? They hear noises. They cannot. They even though it was a word like saya pergi sekolah, is they can dengar saya pergi sekolah. To them, no meaning. They have never heard any saya pun dia tak pernah dengar perkataan tu.
So you would recommend that if anybody has a deaf person in their family, they should
start early. Even using a hearing aid, and I teach them parents. Some of the parents are very dedicated. They were even as mother, like mother is always the best mother in the earth. They will stop everything and start teaching the child, until the child, hearing, they are using the hearing aid. Then they teach, some of them they teach sign and also speech. So the child will grow up to be able to sign and also talk. So if they have lah. But if they have never heard any sound, you give them a hearing aid at the age of 10, 12, 15. So they prefer to, you see them wearing it. They are using hearing aid, my students, So then they show me, it's not on.
Accessory je.
Because I say, why you all missing? They hear, but the thing is they cannot identify the meaning.
Right.
So they thought to them is noisy lah, missing.
Agreed. Understood. Okay, Miss Tan Libby. Here we have code bahasa Isyarat Malaysia, is
yes,
it?
KTBM. Code K bahasa KT. Kod tangan bahasa Melayu.
Okay.
KT kod tangan bahasa BM.
I just wanted to ask. Here, like our sign language here. Oh, okay.
STT.
Okay, so like in India, in
every country got their own sign.
Different.
You cannot say different sign. We have a different culture. Malaysia, China, of course, the Malaysians kan, we makan pun ada 3 style, 2 style.
Okay.
3 style.
Okay.
This is makan also makan.
Okay.
This is also makan. This is also makan, chopstick. But in China, you say makan gunakan like that. They say, hey, what is that? Of course, they understand it's makan lah, but their makan style is using chopstick. You see. So you signing actually a sign language is actually based on their culture.
Okay.
So those days we follow the American sign, but again our country is actually we follow the American sign about 50%.
Okay.
So American sign. So say we sign pernah like that. You see here. So penat. Nowadays we don't say penat. Depends. Actually signing penat also ada dia punya degree. Kalau you sangat penat, Kalau penat sikit, it is your expression. So you don't sangat-sangat penat tak payah. It's your expression. The degree of the meaning depends on your expression. Then I say big, sangat besar tak payah. Big, you see your expression.
I see.
I tengok you.
Oh no.
I tengok you kecil. That means I hina you lah. I nampak you so small ni. I tengok you. You see, that means I nampak you. I tak hormat you lah. You are very small to me. You're nobody to me. Understand? That's why the meaning is that your expression is very important.
Body language.
Body language, yes. It's very important also because why? When you're talking, if both of my husband and wife are talking, so you can't be signing like this all the time. So if the wife is talking, you sign like this. I know the wife is sitting here, I sign like this. When the husband answer, I sign like this. So the deaf know, there are two different person talking there. So you keep signing like that, the deaf only say one person. So you need to differentiate the watak.
I see.
Ada 2 watak atau 3 watak. So you got to differentiate. So that's why in RTM you see me moving all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody kata kalau I tengok you sign kan, I boleh bangun. I rasa dia kata rasa lain lah, rasa enjoy, walaupun I tak tahu.
It's a whole storytelling thing going there.
That's why my arwah Farid Ismail kan, he always say, Libby, normally when I watch you signing, I off the audio, but I can understand you, right? I can understand you pretty well, I say, if you can understand, that means my signing is correct lah. It's not easy lah. You have to like what you are. People always say you pretend. I say no, because I love my job. I really enjoy. When I hear the whole thing, I enjoy the whole thing. I understood the meaning, I do it. The most important, you have to understand. Kalau you tak faham kan, you tak boleh buat.
What if when you are signing for the news and then there's like foreign...
Like okay, let's say it's football lah, especially very common lah. Football dia ada cakap bahasa Spanish ke, Italian ke. So I would say dia Spain I don't understand cat. So everybody thought I'm interpreting, but I'm not. The other day I was interpreting for Belgium. No, German High Commission, I think they called. Came to Malaysia and they had a conference with our Prime Minister, PC, joint conference. So I was thinking, I keep hearing some words that I understood. They did understood, and then Malaysia German. I say, apa kenapa? Oh, then I say dia bahasa German. Then I say, oh sorry, I cannot interpret because dia cakap German. Pap German. Sorry, I cannot interpret. So you have to say, I say, why I can hear Malaysia, I can hear the German, I can hear 1 or 2 words they add in English. I can hear, I can understand. But why I cannot understand the whole thing? Then I concentrate, I listen. Bahasa German faham apa pula. I sit down. Then only then they have an interpreter, who speak in bahasa English lah. Speak in English lah. That's funny, right?
Yeah. Like if we saw you there, we would just be like, wow, she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. Because you see, the thing is, that's like me. For me lah, I wouldn't know other interpreter like me. Everything that happened, I have to know. You see, like today, whatever happened to Anwar Ibrahim, he fight in Parliament, I need to know because it's going to come out in the news. What is happening to Razi in Parliament, I have to know.
I see.
What happened, then I say tomorrow our Prime Minister leaving to China for the expo, Expo ASEAN, China, ASEAN. So I know what is going to happen. So when he talk, I know what he's going to talk. I say besok saya akan pergi. Saya akan pergi ke China. So besok saya akan pergi, I tak saya pergi. Besok I fly to China. Pergi dia tak boleh pergi macam tu.
Betul.
Pekak, so senang fly to China.
Right.
So ada pergi sana nak sign MOU sign. So you need to know. You have to listen to the news every minute. And people like me, I do a lot of homework. That's why, you know why? Anwar is our Prime Minister, our PMX. So his speech is different from Muhyiddin and Ismail Sabri. Ismail Sabri or Najib has a very simple English.
Okay.
Mahathir also have simple English. But Anwar, he's using a lot of bombastic word.
Okay.
And even bahasa pun banyak perkataan yang kita tak pernah dengar, So what I need to do is I go through, I say ucapan Anwar atau Anwar speeches, So every day I listen. I
Wow.
listen when I'm driving. Actually, I'm listening.
Oh my gosh.
when I
That's
get
your
the word-
version of the podcast.
Yeah. I listen. Yeah. Yes. I listen, and then I try to understand the meaning. And if any words that I do not understand, even bahasa new words, you would believe it, he using perkataan baru, you tak pernah dengar. So you got to check lah dictionary. Nanti lepas tu you kena cari lah. Google search what's the meaning. Oh no, I got meaning is like this. Okay, I got the meaning. He doesn't want to use simple words. If he's meticulous lah. Dia kenapa tu? Dia seorang yang very careful. Enough lah kan dia. He is very meticulous. Not everybody understand meticulous, betul tak? Semua perkataan pun dia nak gunakan perkataan yang susah.
So when you
we
sign,
as an interpreter, we have to understand. If I don't understand the word meticulous,
but
it's so important the words, the word tak penting tak apa kan. It's so important. So I need to listen. And on and off you're using that words. So you bear in mind, I go through all his speeches, all the interview that he will use almost the same words, but it's not an easy word.
It's
I'm
like
not
high
going to
level.
just push it away.
High level
Maybe
words lah.
maybe sometimes the whole speeches 1 or 2 hours, maybe 1 or 2 words I have problem. But you don't come to extent that I don't understand so many words. Maybe 1 or 2 words lah. But sometimes also I can guess the meaning lah. That's it lah.
Okay, Miss Sanibi, I have 2 questions to ask. One, like you said, there are some, new words sometimes, right? And sometimes like Dewan Bahasa themselves come up with new Malay words. So when that happens, will there be an additional word in the sign language to...
Yeah, there will be, but the deaf will sign lah. You ask the deaf lah. But sometimes they also do not know the meaning.
Okay, for example, like before we had, I remember this was like a big
Selfie.
thing. Selfie, yes, yes.
Selfie lah.
Right.
Bahasa Malaysia only the word is different. The
Suah
meaning
photo,
is
right?
suah photo.
As long as you can gesture it, it's fine.
Gesture, just the meaning is the same. You see, only the word is different. The deaf don't care of the words.
Okay.
They only want the meaning. Like I say, the KL podcast. I don't know how to spell. What's the meaning of podcast? Podcast. If I don't understand, you expect the deaf to understand? They also don't understand. They have never heard the word
Okay,
podcast.
so how would you sign podcast?
Podcast is two actually, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So like you see, if you need to know like what is happening, I don't interpret in Parliament. But you see, like now lately they have DNA. I know this word a long time because I'm actually interpreting in court. Any deaf also they understood because I explained.
Okay.
The other day I did a case so funny, The lawyer told him, "Do you know your case? Your friends, all the cases are all been buang?" He said, "No, all my friend cases are DNA." The lawyer also look at me and look at him because I teach them. When I'm interpreting in court, I don't just, this word, I just DNA. No, I tell them the meaning. DNA is this meaning. So your DNA is this. You understand? Okay, now I explain to you what is this meaning. The DNA. Now you understand. Next time you understand DNA. When he mentioned the word DNA, I'm so proud. Because I'm so proud. That's what I say. Like Attorney General, so many people doesn't know the meaning of Attorney General. Just lawyer negara lah. They say Hakim negara. Don't you think it's a vast difference between Hakim dengan Attorney General, Peguam negara? It's different, So you have to understand. Don't just kata I try. TV tak ada try. Or you try, orang pekai yang rugi. Bukan you rugi, betul tak? You are working for the deaf. You are interpreting for the deaf. You cannot do it, don't do it. If your language is not good enough, go and brush off your English. Don't say, never mind, tak apa, Libby, I boleh cuba. Tak ada cuba-cuba dekat TV. Betul tak? I kata, okay, tak apalah you suruh I buat. Memang tak ada jurubahasa, tapi tak apalah. Dekat hospital, tak apalah, I cuba kan. Okay lah, hospital because it's not live, right? So you can try, to try your best to interpret. Atau kat luar ke, interview ke, you can still try. But dekat TV or radio or parliament that is live broadcast, there's no such thing as try. You kata you buat, you try, tapi siapa yang rugi?
It's not fair for
Orang
them.
pekak, it's not fair for them kan.
But wait, Miss Sunny, you said live. That means like
It's
all the news
live.
you don't know beforehand.
No, yes, of course they nowadays because of the technology. Those days tak boleh because they print, auto cue is all from the camera up here. Those days mana nak dapat? Bila dapat tu only 10 minutes before live. How are you going to read? We don't read, we understand. We don't read, whatever that comes when we read, that means it has to in the mind, you can form a story there already.
Wow.
Let's say you can form a big story there, what is going on. It's actually a story there. It's when we start reading, you have the meaning is there already. It's already a story there. Now you got to use the deaf language to come out. You
On
have
the
to make a
spot, as
story.
it goes.
It goes, this thing come in, is already a story. That's why when I interpret, I dengar, I really enjoy doing it. I can tell story.
Wow.
It's just like that. You have to understand your language has to be as good. If your English is not, you see like me, you suruh I buat Mandarin, I tak boleh. Memang I cacat dengan bahasa Mandarin. Boleh lah sikit-sikit lah. Sometimes dia cakap Mandarin tu senang punya, I still can interpret. Tapi cacat lah kan. Kalau nak buat berita kan, I memang, perkataan dia susah kan. Semua perkataan susah-susah kan. I memang tak faham. I tak boleh teka, no. Memang tak boleh teka lagi because my Mandarin tak bagus. So kalau you suruh I buat bahasa Melayu, bahasa English, there's no problem. Sap-sap suai lah.
Sorry.
So it's important that before you go, you want to interpret it, you want to interpret in TV or anything lah, for the deaf, make sure you have a good commands of your languages. Your language, even in bahasa Malaysia sekarang kan, you pergi parlimen, bahasa Malaysia, parlimen mana dia cakap bahasa Melayu? Dia cakap Melayu dengan bahasa Inggeris, betul tak? Dengan izin yang betul, dia cakap bahasa Inggeris. And sometimes very simple English also you cannot understand. How are you going to interpret? Betul tak? You got to make sure that you have understood. At least you have a good command of English and bahasa lah, both.
Okay, so that's like
important,
you have to the essential.
If you don't understand, memang, I don't say you will do 100%, but at least you can do 90% or 80%. That is very good enough. I never tell people, I did 100%. Sometimes I say, hari ni I buat terbaik. Everybody knows, kalau I buat terbaik kan. I come out from the studio, I say, hari ni I buat terbaik. Thank you, Ivan. Dia was hit you. Hari lain tak buat. Tapi hari ni I buat terbaik lah, ma. So I know today I do more than 90%. I do very well.
So you can acknowledge when you...
sometimes you are not doing well, especially when the readers are not good. You cry, you tengok muka reader tu pun sebutan tak betul. Tak consistent.
Takutnya.
Ya, betul. That's why I can comment about readers. If your sebutan tak betul, tak clear, and then your reading is not consistent, cepat, lepas tu slow, and then perkataan you cepat boleh, tapi you punya perkataan sebutan kena betul lah. Kalau you cepat, kita kena fikir apa dia baca tu. Bila you got the meaning, got the words, you got the meaning, dia dah pergi ke depan dah. Macam mana nak kejar?
Faham.
So sometimes you want to be fast. Yes, your reading, your pronunciation got to be very clear that we don't have any problem. And then sometimes dia punya sebutan pun tak betul, then pun macam tersasul macam tu kan. Kita dengar pun apa dia baca ni. And it's very stressful for us, especially we are trying to do our best. Geram betul. Tak boleh buat. That's why when you ask me to comment about who are the good reader, who are the bad reader, I can tell you who.
Oh wow.
I tell you.
Name drop.
Tengok muka pun I takut,
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it is because we are depending on your reading. We are not actually we are not looking at the auto cue.
Okay, Miss Tanlibi, if one day I get the chance to be a newsreader too,
so
I'm going to look for you and be like, judge me, Miss Tanlibi.
Yeah, I can judge. Those days, I remember Abraham used to ask me, Libby, how do you find the reader, this reader, that reader? I say, okay, this is not bad. That why? Because the reading is consistent. That pronunciation is clear. Oh yeah, next time I will comment, you see. Even until today, I do that. Some of the reader, they are good. You tell them, I think you're reading. You nak naik ERL buat apa? Naik LRT cukup dah. Tak payah cepat sangat.
Faham. I was a bit like, wait, what? Oh, okay.
Dia orang dengar, ya ke? They feel so sad. I say, I'm so sorry. That's what I
mean,
they improve, and then eventually their reading was so good. You can go and RTM ask all the reader. I think most of the reader I commented their reading.
That's another extra
thing that I do for them lah. And I cakap, I akan beritahu, I jeniskan, because buat apa I cakap belakang you, I might as well tell you. I say your reading is good, really good. Sometimes the first reading I say, your reading is damn good lah. Pronunciation sebutan pun bagus, very clear, and then your reading is very consistent. I like it. So you so happy. Some of the reader, you tell them, I say you tekan apa? I say tekan break saja. Some people dia cepat lambat, dia tekan cepat lambat. And then satu perkataan tu dia boleh tekan terus pakar. Macam tu lah kan. Kita tak boleh faham, I say you tekan buat apa? Tak payah tekan. Dia boleh tengok I pun dia first time terkejut lah kan. Lepas tu dia start, I say you go and pergi tengok balik lah you punya reading. So like eventually now I say ingat tak Azam dulu I comment about you. Yalah, lepas tu I dah improve. Now your reading is good, right? I tak payah comment. Betul lah, I comment really. Seriously I would do.
Interesting. I never knew this part of
Yeah, I did. I listened to the news and I would comment. If it's not good, what for? I tak boleh interpret. You pun baca, you buang masa. You bukan buang masa, you buang masa taxpayer money, tahu tak? Orang bayar gaji kat you, you buat, make sure you do a good job.
Alright.
So all the reader, I would tell them, the first reading, I say, I jenis pandai komen, you takut tak? Biarlah I dengar, dia orang kata you pandai komen. I say lah, nanti you baca first time, nanti I comment. Libby macam mana Kak Libby? Boleh lah, first reading kan, okay, not bad. Boleh, I do a good job.
Oh, nice.
So that's it lah. This is part of my, I do not know whether it's good or not, but I feel
it's a nice service to be able to Okay, Miss Nalivi, throughout your journey, I mean it's been a long time, right? From a teacher, mula teman adik, then you became a teacher yourself, then you got into court, and then you're also on TV, right? Through sign language.
I'm also a tutor.
You still do that?
No, cannot know enough. They're still calling, it's expensive, but they're willing to pay me. If you believe it, my tutor, my students are about 7 years old, they know what is Pilihan Raya. I will teach them about Pilihan Raya. What is going on, I will tell them. What celebration is now, I will tell them.
Wow, very current affairs.
They know what is democratic. You wouldn't believe it. They'll come and talk to the parents. I don't like this, I don't like that. Because I don't like, they also don't like. The parents say, hey, my daughter know how to talk to me about Malaysia coming general election. I say, yes, I taught them this is part of the lesson because you can't teach, I have to teach. And there are a lot of things that I will teach them. I say, you're now 7 years old, at the age of how you're going to have your menses. I'll start early. So they won't be a shock for them.
Wow.
So I'll start very early. Even those days when I was in school, I also do that. The boys, I will teach them, you akan balik dalam umur berapa tahun. That's the time at night when you sleep, this is going to happen. So it happens and tomorrow they get so excited. Cikgu, saya sudah balik. They can tell me, they age lah balik. They come and tell me first thing in the morning, go sit in the school. So happy. They're not scared because you already tell them, get ready before it happens. If those are having menses, they'll come and tell me, teacher sudah dapat. They're so happy because they have their menses. Because they're happy because you explained to them earlier. When I explain, I actually explain to the ladies, the girls and the boys. So the boys will know what is going to happen to the girls. The girls will know what was going to happen to the boys when they grow, when they be balik lah, when they
older,
how do you call it? Puberty. So they know. So I will tell them about sex, because I'm not shy, because the parents is not teaching them. If I'm not going to teach them, who is going to teach them? So I always feel that it's my responsibility to teach them whatever is happening around, happening to your body, I will teach them.
Aww.
Yeah. It's not an easy job.
I don't know how
it
is at school now though.
Like I will teach until 3 p.m. also they don't want to go back. They want to stay, I say, pukul 3 your papa, I say, never mind, my son don't want to go back, never mind. My son wake up so early. Those days wake up, panggil bangun pun tak nak bangun, dia kata. Bangun dia tak nak bangun, kena angkat dia masuk kitchen. Sekarang dia bangun nak pergi sekolah. Because they enjoy the school.
Yeah, because they get it,
enjoy,
right?
And I always tell them, treat me like a teacher. If I make a mistake, like a friend. If I make a mistake, tell me. And they tell me. I say, so sorry. Thank you. You teach me. We have to share, be a friend, Not that I'm a teacher, I'm always right. No. Even though they are deaf, they have to write to tell me that I'm wrong. So they enjoy coming to school lah. I salah. They tell me when they so wrong, I'll tell them. I say, just don't tell lies to me. Don't understand means you don't understand. Don't say you understand. Then when you tell me you understand, I will ask you more. Right? And I am the kind of person that will call the student out to explain the meaning. And it's not easy, you got to explain to everyone.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I want to make sure they really, 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 really understand the meaning. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste their time. So, and I want to make sure that between this year or 2 years with them, I want them to get the most from me.
Okay. Miss Tanvi, now that you've gone through all those years, how do you see the development of the deaf people in our country, the community?
It's very much better.
Very much better.
Actually, TV bahasa isyarat dekat bahasa isyarat berita dalam bahasa isyarat is started one of the earliest country in ASEAN or in the world.
Wow.
One of the earliest. We have to be thankful to Tok Mak lah, Tok Mak yang arwah Tok Mak. He actually we started with the SPM once a week. And then eventually when he came in, he actually started, when he said, I was told lah, during the meeting, they came and tell me, all these pegawai, they say, you punya pasal lah ni. Dia, Tok Mat kata, Menteri katakan, tak apa, I don't care. We told them actually, they say, Dato' kalau you letak jurubahasa, you rosakkan satu screen, ada jurubahasa bola kat situ kan, bunjuk kat situ kan, bujur kat situ kan. The whole reading, because Malaysia is ASEAN country, we care for the reader, we don't care for the sign language interpreter. Okay. So you rosakkan gambar, no. So Dato' Sri kata, I don't care. You letak sekecil mana pun tak kisah. That's why we started so small. Betul tak? Dulu kecil. Nak tengok pun kena tengok macam tu. Eventually it become big because it's being accepted by the public. Yep. And then further it strengthened after the COVID-19, right? That I became so popular.
You were like the viral.
So it becomes so big. Slightly it's getting bigger lah. So it's bigger and then the deaf can see very clear.
That's beautiful. So, how's the response you get from the deaf who actually watch you?
Most of the deaf, they're watching TV Satu. They watch. Yeah.
They watch.
Even my sister watch. I
That's like their source of the news.
Yes, the only source. But even if they read papers, their language is not really. Not everybody. Most of them, I would say, more than 90%, their language is not so good.
I see.
So they will read ayat tu satu ayat, dia faham ini, dia faham ini, dia faham ini, dia jadi salah faham. Dia bukan faham, jadi salah faham, because they didn't get the concept of the meaning. Like when we read the news, right, we baca, oh, maksud dia. Alright. So, they tak faham. Dia bukan faham semua perkataan, tahu tak? Dia faham sini, dia faham perkataan sini, dia faham perkataan dia, tanya dia. Faham. Apa? They look at you.
I see.
Even in court, when you ask them to read the report that you make, they say, I understand. So you ask them to read, they look at you. They don't understand very well. Somebody write for them the report, you see, because they can't write. The sister or the mother would have write the report for them.
I see.
So when you ask them to read, why you make a mistake like this? I don't know. My mama tulis. So it's different from what they wrote at the report. Is different from what they say at the court. You see. So,
but how's life in court? That's like a whole different ballgame, isn't it? Like classroom, studio.
Life in court is entirely a different setting. So you really have in court. Interpreting is more on the words are all. The terminology. Even if I'm going to tell you about section, it's not section 7 PJ. Bukan section, the section in court is law.
Okay.
Right? So when you talk about standing down, bukan ask you to sit down,
Right.
So it's just hold. You go first, hold, nanti balik lagi, okay? So you say case management. So it's CM, So it's not case management is nobody knows. You see, the day where you come, we are going to give you the whole file and we'll fix a date for hearing. So you must know the meaning. You say case management. What is the meaning?
Right.
It's case management. Why you say that? So the meaning is entirely different, even though the word is there. Case management. So the maksud dia tu kan you datang hari tu kita bagi tarikh. You datang, lepas tu kita bagi file, photostat file bagi kat you, I photostat, then I pinjam file dekat DPP, boleh pinjam file tak? Then dia bagi kat you. So you pergi cari, pilih lawyer baju hitam macam dia, you bayar duit. So and then he will come and fight for you. Kalau menang, you free. Kalau kalah, you masuk penjara. So a lot of action now.
I see.
So I need a big space. Even in court also I need a big space.
Wow.
I walk up and down. When the judge says something, I walk in front of the court. I will sign.
Wow.
When the DPP says something, I will stand beside the DPP. So I want the deaf to know that it's from the DPP. Now sometimes in court you have these people to do mitigation. I says this is a lawyer is going to help you. He's going to appeal. Kurangkanlah. Dia punya hukuman. Mau banyak 5 tahun dah penjara mau. 5 go 1 tahun dia tu. Then I said that dia DPP, dia polis kan, lawyer. You tell them lawyer kerajaan tak payahlah. Just say dia DPP, dia polis. I just simple lah kan. Make it simple, but actually it's not right. But he's representing the lawyer from the kerajaan. Dia kata no, you pop. Then I say you dah kurang, minta kurang, dia minta kurang, kurang, dia kata pop. So now dalam mahkamah ni, this is the head person. So he will think, follow book, follow the law book. Dan suka-suka, no. So book dia tengok, dia banyak, you sikit, banyak sikit. Now wait. Then he would, when the court mention, say berapa denda berapa tahun masuk penjara, nanti I sign lah. I say dia. So dia sudah kurang mah 2 tahun, sekarang 5 tahun turun 2 tahun, sudah kurang mah 2 tahun lah. Sometimes dia kata warning saja.
I see.
So it's interesting. It's another setting.
Every day.
But you have to understand.
Every day is a new episode,
Every day, because you go to court, you wouldn't know what's going on. It will be a rape case. Like I was in Terengganu for a rape case. 2 days. Then when I came down to KL, I rest for 2 hours. I take a bus to Penang. And I finished my case. I rushed down to to KL again.
Oh my gosh.
So tired.
Oh my gosh.
But lives go on. I enjoy it lah, So
I think that's something I want to take away from you today, like just seeing how passionate you are with what you do and knowing and acknowledging every single, step of the way.
Yeah. I always try my best, my very best. I always tell myself, if I cannot do it, I leave. You don't have to fire me. I fire myself. Even some of the lawyer, they will question how good you are,
They do? Do they not know you? Like
they know, but they still, lawyers are lawyer like kan. So they will question, but so far they question. After that, they keep quiet. They see the way I interpreted in court. I acted the whole thing out. I don't care whether you know sign language or you do not know sign language. So I will act the whole thing now that you can actually answer precisely. If I actually couldn't cannot interpret the question to him, he wouldn't be able to answer.
Yeah.
So that's very important that we actually sign the meaning out using their language. And it's not easy, and it comes together with action, So normally if the complainant is deaf and the the OKT lah, orang kena tangkap tu also deaf, and you have to make sure that the judge, the lawyer, DPP, the complainants, the saksi, and also the OKT understand you. And you cannot be signing like this. You got to sign big and then you act the whole thing out to make sure everybody understood you. So the lawyer have no complaint so far. I have no complaint so far.
Good.
I always tell, I will, if the lawyer complain, there's once I say, okay, you will let us try. I got a letter. I was actually asked to come to this court. Never mind, let me try. If you think I'm not good, if I think I'm not good, I fire myself. But if you think I'm not good, you tell me. I will not come for the next case. I can tell the court, federal court. So after that, he came and went after me. He said, I'm so sorry for what I've said just now. You're really damn good. I said, thank you. And we are good friends now.
Nice.
He is a very, very good lawyer. Salim, very nice. Very nice lawyer. Very good lawyer. So people like this, they are good because they want to question you.
Right.
Yeah, make sure you do a good job. Don't say that I'm signing, you don't understand me. Ramai orang macam tu kan. I sign mah, you tak faham bahasa isyarat. I don't care dia faham ke tak faham.
Right.
I sign mah, you tak tahu bahasa isyarat. Tapi dia tak tahu. The judge and everybody is looking. Even though you sign tak betul, they can actually see that you're not right. Never assume you tak tahu bahasa isyarat, you pun tak tahu bahasa isyarat. Antara I dengan orang Pekak, I sign. So you assume people don't understand you. But they are looking at you. You are being watched.
Right.
A lot of people do not know.
Okay, Miss Tan Libby.
I talk more than you, right?
No, I mean that's good. I'm all ears. How can one get started? And like you do this on a very high level, right? Like you got started Memang with passion and everything. So for those who want to jump into this world,
Yes.
maybe for whatever reason, maybe they just want an additional skill, maybe they want to communicate with, deaf people in their family as well. How can they do that?
It's very simple. Just go for the basic class.
Okay.
Bahasa, you can actually sign in some of their classes, like online classes, and then after that they will start off with online, and then after that they have classes, physical class.
Okay.
And then you sign in and you learn the basic class. And then on and off, you have problems, then you can actually ask him. They will help you out with the signing. And then, of course, you don't just learn and then that's it. And you want to be an interpreter. You have to mix with the deaf for a few years. And then, of course, if they ask you for help, just go and help them. They want to go to the doctor, they want to go this, go there. Just help them to interpret. That's where you improve your sign language and mix with them. And don't talk.
Don't talk.
When I'm mixing with the deaf, I don't talk. Sometimes they say, Libby, you tahu, you cakap boleh, kenapa you tak mau cakap? I say, you cakap lah. I pretend to be deaf. So because you just don't talk, you just sign to them. Of course, initially it's a bit difficult. Eventually, you keep mixing with them. You look at the way they sign. So somehow or rather, you get the, how do you call it, the gist of it, how they sign. You can actually use it when you're on job.
Okay.
So a lot of the sign also we see like when I'm interpreting in TV, right? The many words no, I invent my own.
Oh, and that's not a problem, right?
No problem.
As long as they understand.
They say they say open sempadan.
Okay.
Buka sempadan.
Yep.
No sign. So you just open lah. Betul tak? Logic mah. So you have to invent your sign. Sometimes I will sit down and say, okay, dulu mana ada isyarat untuk package bantuan, tak ada. So I just this is package, the whole thing bantuan, I bantu you lah kan. It could be money. Kalau you say bantuan money and then you got more money coming in, pop, is your a lot. See, so you have to invent your own sign because you cannot be signing packet like that. Packet you bungkus nasi tu pun packet juga kan.
Betul.
Tapi ini paket bantuan kan. You takkan nak packet bungkus nasi punya bantuan ini bantuan. Tak boleh. So you kena package bantuan. This is money. So bantuan all. That's why you cannot be so stereotyped. Your brain got to move all the time.
You got to be creative.
You got to be very creative. Yes, you're right. You have to be creative all the time. You cannot be just I ikut sign saja, tak boleh. And then it's boring also.
Yeah, it's never boring to watch you.
That's it lah. That's my life. Every day is a new day for me.
Every day is a new day.
Every day if I work like this week I only got 3 days in court. Yang semalam ada kat RTM. Today semalam I kerja kat RTM because some of my friends birthday I bought them cake. And today I datang kat sini. Nanti ada nak hantar anjing liar lagi. Anjing liar pergi doktor lagi. And then lepas ni my sister nak jumpa I. So tomorrow I'm having some time with my family lah. My sister lah.
Okay, Miss Nalbi, another one. Because I like to ask this question. What are the common misconceptions people have about your career, about you, or maybe just the deaf community in general? What are the common misconceptions?
Conception. Oh iyalah. You sign apa dia orang faham. You sign dia faham, dia ingat. Even you sign kan, you sign. Misconception, I think people always think that the deaf can read. Tulis dia boleh faham kan? Ya boleh, dia faham. Nanti dia faham sini, faham sana, faham sini. 2-3 perkataan dia nanti jadi salah faham. Then dia kata, hari tu I suruh you baca, you faham. Now you kata tak faham. Actually, a lot of people feel that the deaf can read and write very well. But to teach the deaf is the most difficult. But teaching the blind is so easy. You can blah, 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 blah. They can understand. Teaching the deaf to teach the word kewangan also is difficult. How to teach wang is money, right?
Yeah.
One mean kewangan is another thing, finance, You got to go, you got to show, you go to the bank and then pinjam duit. All these are kewangan, something to do with money. Money, they want to start a business. It's not one meaning, they're so wide. And then it's to make them understand, it's not easy. It's not easy. Even pencemaran, I say cemar. Pencemaran is so many meaning. Pencemaran udara, bunyi. And then apa lagi? Udara,
bunyi, bau.
Bau semua lah, everything. Then okay, bunyi, I say pencemaran bunyi. See kereta pom 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 pom. Udara, then pom 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 pom. Then pom 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 pom. That is udara.
Oh yeah, okay.
Air, pencemaran air. You see, you don't explain pencemaran. Kotor air, dia ingat air kotor saja. Pencemaran air, that means you kata kat ada sungai, orang buang plastik lah. You makan kacang, you buang kacang, then you ambil tisu, you buang. Itu you have to explain. Bukan satu saja, banyak. Then the deaf will relate. Oh, pencemaran tu ada banyak jenis. Then when you read pencemaran udara tu atas. That means kita masak, kita punya kereta kotor, kereta pum dia jadi kotor, dan dia bau nanti keluar kat sini. They will laugh lah. It's interesting. You make like warna hitam aja. You see udara kotor. You see kotor. Siapa salah? Dan you say motorbike salah. You know, you say pencemaran air kan. You tengok berak kan, berak air pun kotor. I see all sorts of things. You throw plastic lah, everything. You don't expect when I sign to you pencemaran air tu, air kotor cukup. Air kotor, that means pencemaran start with river, no? So it's not easy. Pencemaran bunyi.
Right.
Airplane.
You basically have to paint a picture through your signing.
Paint a picture, a beautiful picture, and then they will enjoy it. So when they enjoy it, they understood the whole thing. Then so you don't finish it there. You come back and again, you are in school lah. Again, you buat ulang kaji 2-3 kali until they are really, really understood the whole thing. Then, you know, I'm happy because they understand. So every time when you come across the word, they understand because they can relate what you have taught them. So sometimes you cannot get the exact meaning. You get the just
paling
sikit pun boleh,
dekat.
paling dekat. There are words they really cannot get the exact meaning. So you just try to get the closest meaning. That's it. That's what that is a lot of misconception between the normal people.
I think I probably am one of those people who thought that if I were ever to jail, this is what I thought before. I would just write, okay, here, because I cannot talk to you like this. You cannot hear. That's all. That's all I understand.
Same
You
thing when I
cannot
go to
hear.
court. They say, Pekak tu tak ada bahasa isyarat, you know. Normally I was tak apalah, I cuba. They ingat, actually, even the normal, those who can sign also, I act the whole thing out. I still act. When I would tell the judge, can I use all the picture that I can? Actually, my picture is susunan, you know. First thing, you're caught by the police. There's a police station. You come here, right? So make things easy. It doesn't matter whether you know sign language or you didn't know sign language. You're caught. The police bring you to a police station. Okay, after that, they panggil you, come here. Jahat sikit lah kan. So they test your urine. So you take out your penis and put into this. So and then they test the urine. You know, all things come now. We came now, and then they understand very clearly.
The process
I'll tell the judge, I have to use this to make sure that the charge sheet is being read correctly, and they understood well. Benarkan, mahkamah benarkan you buat. Then they will stare at you, look at you, and in between you act the whole thing out lah. So
Interesting.
It is interesting.
So
it's how you make it your life colourful. That's all. So everywhere I go, of course, I can be very tired, but when come to my work, I bangun sajalah, boleh buat. I can do. I can be very tired. There are times because 5 days, you know, I'm in Terengganu. Lepas tu I pergi Johor. Lepas tu hari Isnin Terengganu, hari Selasa Johor, hari Rabu Penang. I balik lagi KL and then go back again Penang again, you know.
Fantastic.
So I don't stop. So I just do it lah. So people wouldn't believe it. Within 5 days, I knock out East West.
You're everywhere.
Then I go to Sabah, I go to KK. Lepas after, that's why I go to anywhere. I go to the court and then I balik airport. Or I go to the bus stop, go back. I never go jalan-jalan. And I go back. The best thing is I enjoy sleeping in the bus. I can really sleep. Sampai dah.
Sampai dah. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, Miss Sanlibi, what does the future hold for you? Like, where do you see yourself?
Future?
Like
at this age, I'm not young. You watch me when you're young, right? So that means I'm old. I can be your granny.
No lah, not that old.
Yeah, but whatever it is, I try. If I will try my very best, as long as I can serve the deaf. That's it. That's the only thing that I can do because I'm not young anymore. If they want me, the RTM want me, I'll still continue working. As long as the court is concerned, I sign contract every year. So okay, if they want me, I'll do it. So of course, I enjoy court very much, and most of the court they want me because they say to get you, you can solve the whole thing. If I get another interpreter, I tak boleh buat, I kena panggil you balik lagi kan. So I don't mind waiting for you. So normally the federal court will say tan libih satu saja. Semua orang mau. You boleh tunggu dia punya free date tak? Okay. We take a free date.
Hot stuff.
Hot cake. Go there. So you macam hot cake kena book awal. I say lah, what to do. If you want another interpreter, you kan cari jurubahasa lain, nanti dia tak boleh buat. Kita kena panggil balik lagi.
Yalah,
kan.
double work.
So must well tunggulah you punya free date. So normally when I like Terengganu, I done it, I say finish, accomplish. Finish. This is the normal language, right? Habis. So
Okay, last question before we finish.
Finish.
Right. What is your message or advice, whatever you want to say to the people out there, concerning, this line of work, concerning the deaf community? Anything you've got to say?
Until today, there's even not in Malaysia, in overseas, in America, in other countries also, they are running short of interpreter.
Oh.
Yeah, they are still running short of interpreter. But I do believe if you really, I do encourage, I would say, if I mean, most of them, they look at me, they enjoy it. They also want to be an interpreter. You go for the basic class. But after that, I can assure you that if you go around mixing with the deaf, you will be as good as me or maybe better than me to serve the people. It is, of course, money is important. Yes, money is important to everybody, but money is not everything. Right? So, but if you are good, you'll get your job everywhere. People want you. Like me, when I'm interpreting in certain places, they will take me. After that, they will take me. And the deaf will tell them, we want this interpreter. If she's busy, then we will go for an alternative. But if possible, take her because we understand her very well. So when you're good, people want you. You see, okay, you can be. Money is not everything, as I say, but you have to enjoy what you're doing. That's the most important thing. And do your best. Your mind got to work all the time. Until today, I'm still working, When I'm coming on the way just now, I was listening to the BFM. So my mind is interpreting, whatever they talk, because they are using a lot of the word is just a simple word. The meaning is different,
Mm-hmm.
The meaning is entirely different from what you think from there. So you every day when you listen to the news and you listen and you are interpreting, you form a story in your mind. So when you form a story in your mind, your signing is really good. It will come out automatically. Automatically it will come out and you will do a good job. Never say that I try, tak apa. No such thing as trying. Yang rugi bukan you, orang Pekak yang rugi. Understand or not? Make sure when you're doing your job, make sure you do your best. And you will tell yourself, I've done my job, I'm happy for today. That's it. And I can sleep tonight, I boleh tidur. I tidur because I've done my job. That's all. And when you're good, everybody wants you. Remember that.
Mic drop.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much, Miss Tanibi. It's been a great
and
pleasure.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure
coming
it's
here.
always nice talking to you, and you are so kind. Your energy is out of this world. I really, when you say, oh, jangan cakap saya cuba, don't say I try. That's something that I also have to learn because I don't know if it's a confidence thing or what, right? But it's like, if I was to be doing something, like I had to, I'm assigned to whatever, I have trouble saying, okay, I'll do it. I'll do my best, but
I'll do my best.
I tend to...
say I'll do my best. Don't say I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try, that means you're not good,
Okay.
When you say I try, that means you're not good.
Yeah, I think...
You're not sure what you're doing.
It's like such a confidence thing.
Yeah, something you have to be confident. When you're confident, you have a high confidence that you do a good job.
Okay.
When you say I try, then you...
I will change that.
Tak
sure,
yakin,
yeah.
You're not sure, so you won't do a good job.
Okay.
But make sure you are good lah,
Yeah.
You are good. I would say that you are good.
Okay. I'll do my best. Thank you so much, Miss Stanley V. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys learned a little something. I know I did learn a lot. And till next time, bye.
Bye-bye.
How do we sign?
Bye-bye.
Not to say bye-bye, right? How do we sign? See you next time.
See you next time. See you again lah.
Okay, see you again.
See you again. See you again.
Did I do it right?
See you again.
See you again.
Oh, yeah. That also can see you or see you again.
Okay.
Actually, anywhere it doesn't matter as long as you see you again. You don't
Okay.
have to use two eyes. You see you again, or you see you again, or see you again,
See?
or meet again.
All right. There we go. Bye, everyone.